Consider this. Broken links on your website could be costing you hundreds, maybe even thousands in lost sales. Don't panic though, 404s happen. And in the next 10 minutes, we're going to explain how a simple report in Google Search Console helps you catch and fix those problems. Hi again. In our last video, we walked you through sitemaps, how to set them up and why they matter. Today, you're going to be learning about tackling broken links or 404 errors in Google Search Console. You'll know what those missed opportunities are, why Google flags them, and how to turn those broken links into seamless redirects. By the end, you'll know exactly how to resolve every 404 error to keep your visitors happy and your revenues high. What is a 404 and why does Google care? Imagine sending someone to your shop only to have the door slammed in their face. That is exactly what a 404 error page does when a user or Google looks for a web page which isn't there. You've probably come across a 404 error message all the time when you're searching for something online, and you know how frustrating that can be. The bad news is that it might be happening on your website without you even knowing, and there is a hidden price. Lost trust, abandoned carts, and missing leads. If a popular product or your contact page returns a 404 error message, then every click to that page means a lost sale. But don't worry, it's easier than you think to find, track, and fix these errors. Here's how you can download a list of broken pages from Google Search Console, Bing Webmaster Tools, and other third-party tools. First off, you're going to open Google Search Console and navigate to indexing on the left-hand side. Then, click on the Not Found 404 option from the list. You'll see a graph with the number of affected pages over time. This graph helps establish if it's a growing problem and demonstrates the progress of any fixes which you make. Below that, you'll see a table full of example URLs. These are the broken pages which Google has discovered. Click Export in the top right-hand corner and choose Download CSV. Now, just save that file. This is your master list of missing pages. To be thorough, we recommend using the similar report in Bing Webmaster Tools. This can reveal problems which Google hasn't discovered yet. Open Bing Webmaster Tools. We showed you how to set that up in a previous episode. Click on the Site Explorer on the navigation bar. Then use the Filter By drop-down to select URLs with crawling issues, dead links, 404 option. Then click the Download button and save the file. If you've got access to an SEO tool like Screaming Frog, you can optionally use it to crawl your site to discover and then export all internal broken links too. Next up, you're going to merge all of these URLs from Google, Bing, and other auditing tools into one spreadsheet in one column. Now, let's label that column Source URL. If you're using Excel, just select that whole column, head to the Data tab, click on Remove Duplicates, then click on OK. There's a similar process in Google Sheets. Remove Duplicates is hidden under Data Cleanup. Next, you're going to create another column labeled Target URL. This is the URL of the page where you want the visitor to land instead. Ideally, you want to try to link it to the most useful page possible for your visitors. If they're expecting a certain page, then always make sure you give them that page, or something similar if it's gone. But please try not to redirect every broken link to the home page. Essentially, you're expecting users to dig around your site trying to find what they're looking for, something very few of them will actually do. Batch errors can happen when you rename a folder or remove a category on your website. A small change which affects many pages. A quick way to spot them is look for patterns. Rather than fix the pages individually, you can just fix the pattern instead. For example, you might notice that a number of URLs begin with the word store, and then you remember that you changed it to shop recently. These types of changes can be fixed once quickly, and they affect everything matching those patterns. One great way to find patterns in a huge list of 404s is to feed that CSV file into an AI like ChatGPT or Gemini and ask it something like, look for common patterns in the attached list of 404 URLs and give me an easy to understand explanation of how it happened and how to fix it. Now you might be wondering why links break and how to stop that happening again. Broken links typically boil down to a few common culprits. It might be something as simple as making a typo, things like contractors instead of contactors. Sometimes when you change a page title in a content management system, that can change the page URL too, but other pages might not automatically reflect that change. There could be links left over from an old version of your site before a migration, or some links left over in PDF documents or email signatures. There could also be third-party backlinks where external websites point to now absent URLs or they've just been sloppy. You can usually reach out to popular websites and ask them to fix those links at the source of that mistake. If you're not sure what was on the broken page or where it came from, there are a few ways to play detective. First, try the URL inspector in Google Search Console to find out where Google first discovered that broken link and if it has an old version available. Check if you have any backups of your website. If not, you could try using the Wayback Machine from the Internet Archive for a copy. Sometimes they have those in there. But sometimes the URL itself hints at the page title or product code, which gives you a good idea of what that page was actually about in the first place. Let's say you discovered a 404 error page with the file name of Promotions 2019, which was presumably deleted when the promotion ran out. So it makes sense to point to this year's promotions page, your latest offers page, or maybe a store page, as the intent of the user implies that they want to save some money or buy things. Now, if all this sounds a bit too complicated or you don't want to make potentially thousands of these decisions, then contact Genessee. We love a challenge and we eat redirections for breakfast. You've got your spreadsheet with a list of source and target URLs. The next step is to tell your web server to redirect from the broken page to the correct page. Redirects work like road signs. A 301 redirect tells browsers and search engines that this page has moved, follow me for the new location. To implement these, you've got the option to use plugins, server rules, or external fixes depending on your setup. If you're using WordPress, there are redirect plugins like Redirection, Quick 301 Redirects, or All-in-One SEO. These allow you to batch import that spreadsheet you created earlier and also manually create redirects within WordPress itself. For non-WordPress sites or more complex pattern handling, you can use what's called server-level redirects. Now, these are beyond the scope of this video, but essentially you pass over that spreadsheet to your web developer or hosting provider. You can ask them to set up the redirects based on that list. You've literally done 99% of the work already making those decisions. Just make sure that they don't redirect everything to the home page, because we see this time and time again. You can also fix broken links from their source if they're from an external site. If it's one high-value URL on a reputable site, contact their webmaster. You should still set up a redirect for that broken link though in the meantime. Your next task is to let Google know that you've tried fixing everything so that they can try crawling the site again. But if you want to double check everything first, then use an SEO crawling tool like Screaming Frog to see if those broken links have actually been fixed. The report should show a decrease in the number of 404 errors, but one thing to note is that it might show an increase in the number of 301 redirects. This is expected and shouldn't be a problem. After you've checked, go to Google Search Console, Indexing, Pages on the left-hand side, and then go to the 404 report to click on Validate Fix. Google will then re-crawl and remove the 404 status if they've been fixed. Now, typically this can take a few days and you'll get an email stating if the redirects have worked out or not. We recommend keeping an eye out on the affected pages chart to look for a decreasing trend in a number of problems you see there. We recommend setting a reminder in your calendar to review 404s each month. Make it part of your routine to keep checking for problems. One of those broken URLs could be a business critical page. Check for your affected pages chart in Search Console for any spikes or growing trends, then implement redirects before things get out of hand, especially if they're pattern based. If you're short on time, then reach out to our SEO team here at Genessee. We perform these types of detailed checks on a monthly basis. No challenge is too small. So that's 404s made simple. They cost your business clicks, trust and revenue, but with regular audits and redirects, you'll get to keep both your visitors and search engines on the right track. Head to wearegenessee.com/show and download our 404 checklist with links to every tool we recommend in this video. It's totally free. If you're feeling unsure about anything or your spreadsheet full of broken links is overwhelming, then drop us an email at show@wearegenessee.com. We'd love to hear from you. So remember to hit that subscribe and like button and drop us a comment with your questions and any feedback you have. We've got more SEO tips coming up your way soon. And if you're running a business and you need to get serious about your visibility, then head to wearegenessee.com. Let's have a chat. And remember, we're here to make sure when people search, they find your business and choose your business. See you in the next video.